Hey peeps, we are back. We are talking what would the peeps do, and this video is titled My Husband. Hey, before we get into the video, please do me the honors of subscribing to my channel, hitting the notification bell so you can always be notified when I post new content, hitting the thumbs up because that does wonders for my channel, and share. Thanks. She says that she's 25, her husband is 29, and she got pregnant before marriage, but now they have been married for a year and they have a son. She says that they were both born and grew up in Vietnam. We both come from families of average background. Both of us are office workers. Before the wedding, we tried hard to gain affection from my parents. Things started to get worse at an incident at our wedding. Things would have been fine if my mother hadn't said to my husband, "If my daughter does anything wrong to you and your family, you have the right to teach her, but under no context are you allowed to beat her. You are not allowed to beat or harm her physically. All parents love their children. Our daughter is healthy now as she marries you, ready to build a home together with you. If you ever beat her, I will not forget it. Even if I have to burn down your house or search every corner of your hometown, I'll find you." Well, shit. Okay, moving on. Damn. She goes on to say, "I feel like what she said was a bit much, but as her child, I didn't dare interfere. I didn't agree with the tone of the speech, but it was the way my family usually reminds their son-in-laws. My cousin-in-laws took it easy and did not make offensive statements like this. However, my husband took it personally and has become passive-aggressive towards my family ever since. For example, on my grandfather's death anniversary, he greeted my aunts and uncles both, but not my parents. All my relatives were surprised. My mother greeted him softly, but he kept silent and walked into the event without acknowledging her. Every time my parents called him over for a meal together, he found excuses to avoid it. If he could not find one, he kept silent or showed his disdain during the meal. I still remember an evening when it was heavily raining. I was pregnant and was in my parents' house. He came to pick me up, but waited outside. I told him to come inside to greet my parents, but he was quite annoyed when he agreed. Later, he explained that he was wearing casual clothes and did not want to come in, fearing my parents would judge his casualness. I've grown disappointed in the way that my husband behaves, even though he is a well-educated man and graduated from the top university. Before our wedding, my husband was very cheerful, considerate towards my family, but he totally changed after what my mother said at our wedding. My parents have tried in so many ways to connect, share meals, and talk, and he has always avoided these chances. My parents and my husband have discussed this conflict twice. He said that he would forgive and forget, but he still seems to hate my family. He only comes to visit my parents if I'm there, and I'm really sad about his stubbornness and the conflict between him and my parents. What can I do to mend this relationship?" Her husband is being passive aggressive, but at the same time, that wedding speech, damn, I mean, that was a lot. She said that in front of everybody at the wedding, and it sort of implied that he might whoop off at her ass. I mean, that does make him look a little suspect. It's weird. You know what I mean? Normal people don't just beat up their spouse. You know, there are a lot of creeps and weirdos and psychos that fight their significant others, but normal people really just don't. And that was really offensive. I mean, and if that man had never beat you before, that just, I don't know. That was just too much. Yeah, I don't know. I love my son with every fiber, every part of my soul. But I don't think that I would ever stand up at a wedding and make a speech advising his wife that if she ever does anything, to my son, that I will come for her, hunt her down, track her to the ends of the earth, which is all facts. But I would never put that out there. It's incriminating. Anyway, I think that her mom should just give him a heartfelt, sincere apology and let him know that she never thought that he would, whoop on her daughter. And then I think that he needs to stop this childish behavior. Boy, give it up. Okay, you have been married to this woman for a year now. You have a son with her. You don't seem like you're about to divorce her. So, in other words, at least be cordial when you go to her mama's house. I mean, it's just too much. I don't know. What do you guys think? Would you forgive her mother? Did you think that speech was appropriate? Ooh, I don't like that. I mean, that is too much. In front of everybody, her side of the family, his side of the family, she's standing up there. If you beat my daughter, I will track you down. I mean, that's a lot going on, ma'am. It really is. But he's being a little bit of a child. Boy, let it go. Let it go. You know, talk to the parents again, see if you guys can come to some sort of understanding and move forward for the sake of your wife, your son, and your whole family. Let it go, and it's okay to put mama on notice. Just let her know, don't play with me like that again, ma'am. I'm just saying, this is ridiculous. Peeps, get down in the comments and let me know what you think. And until next time, bye.